All right. All praise to the Most High. All praise to the Most High. Giving honor to the Most High Yahweh and to his Messiah. And to his Messiah. Can you cut this off for me, please? And to his Messiah, Yahweh Shai, and for the work that he has done, giving all praises for his work. And to all of the brothers and sisters who is putting in that work to further the kingdom for the Most High Yah. We're going to get right into our lesson. Title of today's lessons is Taskmaster. Taskmaster. Now, America's captivity, and we go through it a lot. America's captivity experiences often reminiscent of the Egyptian captivity, right? Especially in terms of how we live today in this captivity. There was no chains in the Egyptian captivity. There are no chains right now in this captivity. There were rarely any restrictive movements in the Egyptian captivity. There's rarely any restrictive movements in this captivity within the borders of the United States. So the physical chains of slavery has been removed, and the sting of slavery has somehow been forgotten about, right? But the undergirding institution of slavery is still there, and how it affects our everyday lives. In Egypt, brothers and sisters, we had taskmasters. We had officers that would bridge the gap between a ruling class and those of our forefathers that was in servitude. Today, we call them politicians, community leaders, those within our community that deal with with making laws and policies that directly affect us either individually or as a community. So we're gonna go through the scripture, pull out those similarities today. Because we have to go into the Bible, which is our historical narrative, right? And then we have to bring it up to the similarities of the day, because there's nothing new under the sun. It's the same captivity, just in a different time. Let's go to Exodus. Go to Exodus. The first chapter is where we're going. I want you young men paying attention. You guys are old enough, you all can pay attention. You guys are old enough, you all can pay attention. Right, get this word in your heart, in your spirit. Let it resonate with you. All right. Exodus 1 and 9, and 9th verse.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 1, verse 9. And he said unto his people, behold, the people of the children of Israel are more and mightier than we.
Read on.
Come on, let us deal wisely with them, lest they multiply. And it come to pass that when there falleth out any war, they join also to our enemies, fight against us, and so get them up out of the land.
Come on, verse 11.
Therefore, they did set over them taskmasters.
They did set over them taskmasters. Come on.
To afflict them with their burdens. And they built Pharaoh treasure cities, Pithom and Ramses.
So a taskmaster is a Nagashima. That's a taskmaster, a Nagashima. Where there a taskmaster was a subordinate of the Egyptian, right? And they would serve as intermediaries, right? Intermediaries between the masters and the officers. There was the go-between, those taskmasters. The masters was the Egyptians. The officers, however, were Israelites. So the masters was the Egyptians. The taskmasters were the go-betweens between the masters and the officers. The officers were over the Israelites. However, the officers were Israelites by nation. There were those Israelites that they had chosen to be the spokesman for the children of Israel. Let's go to verse 12.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 1, verse 12. But the more they afflicted you, the more they multiplied and grew. And they were grieved because of the children of Israel.
They were grieved because the children of Israel. Now, in the United States, the highest fertility rate between statistically between 1,000 women ages 15 through to 44 during the 2020 and 2022 average. The Hispanics were leading in birth rates at 63.3%. Hispanics can have them babies. They ain't play no games. They're gonna bust out them children. Blacks followed by so-called black folks at 58%, 58.5%. Black folks ain't playing no games. They're gonna have them babies. And it probably would have been more if it wasn't for the different social issues that's going on as far as abortion and low birth rates at hospitals and things like that. White women has the lowest. They're at about 50% across the board. So about half of white women, about half, they're at about half. They got a very low birth rate, right? So when the scripture says they are become mightier than us, they're talking about they become more numerous than us. It's becoming more of them than it is of us. So we gotta have white parties. Well, you got all white women and just invite the brothers. Or you gotta have the black woman effect. Y'all heard of that little trend, right? The black woman effect, where white men are looking only to marry the sisters. And we got to do something because we die. We up out of here, right? Let's go to verse 13.
Book of Exodus, chapter 1, verse 13. And the Egyptians made the children of Israel to serve with rigor.
Come on.
They made their lives bitter with hard bondage, in mortar and in brick, and in all manner of service.
In all manner of service, read.
All of their service, wherein they made them serve, was with rigor.
With rigor. So it doesn't matter what the job was. It didn't matter if you was a butler, if you worked in the big house, or you worked in the field. That job you was going to be made to serve with rigor. I think Trump called it black jobs. You got to get these Latinos, they taking all your black jobs. The jobs that we got picked out for you to serve with rigor. They're taking all your rigorous jobs. Because I ain't gonna cut my own grass. That's for you. I'm not gonna pick my own oranges. That's for you. And I'm gonna give you a whole $2.50 to do it. And have you out there for 12, 13 hours. As long as the sun is up, you can pick them oranges. I'm gonna have you on that hot roof, 150 degrees on that roof, and have you serve with rigor, and you're gonna barely be able to put food on the table for your family. This is what it means to make them serve with rigor. This is what it means. Rigor is described as a condition of strictness. It frequently refers to adhering to some type of restraint. You can't never get ahead serving with rigor. You ain't gonna never be at ease serving with rigor. Y'all don't think you serve with rigor because you going to the office? You going to the office. Your rigorous place is comfortable. You got you a nice chair. It's air conditioning. It's a water cooler over there. Nigga, get to work. You serving with rigor. That's right. You go some of these places and you the first fired, last hired. You on pins and needles at your job. That's serving with rigor. You better not look at the boss crazy. You out of here. That's serving with rigor. People think you gotta be breaking your back to serve with rigor. You ain't gotta break your back. You break your mind. That might be worse. I don't know what to do in here. Goodness gracious. Folks gonna get rid of me if I gotta keep my head down. I can't say nothing. I gotta smile. That's right. Keep a smile on my face, even though I don't want to. I better not act like I'm having a bad day. You gone. That's serving with rigor. Let's go back to Exodus. Rigor is, that's hardship. Let's get Exodus 1 and 14.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 1, verse 14. They made their lives bitter with hard bondage, in mortar and in brick, and in all manner of service in the field. All their service wherein they made them serve was with rigor.
They made them serve with rigor. The people in power made sure whatever the children of Israel was doing in service, whatever they was doing in duty or job, was done with great difficulty. This process now is no longer called rigor. This process now is called institutional racism. It's no longer rigor. The Bible calls it rigor. If you want to call it by today's standard, it's called institutional racism, where you're discriminated against based upon who you are. And it is implemented in society. It's so deep ingrained in society that other people don't even realize that it's there. And when you try to explain, they be like, always pulling the race card, because it's always there. It ain't never went nowhere. I ain't got to pull the card is already on the table. And you got tongue. Yeah, you Trump tight. Institutional racism is the perpetuation of discrimination based upon race. By this is how ingrained it is. By politics, it's in the politics, it's in policy, it's in economics, because based upon your name, you fill out your application and say Kunta Kinte. I know who that is, right? This person named Kunta Kinte, so I know what I'm gonna offer them on the job. The going rate for this particular job is $45,000 a year. I'm offering them 32 based upon their name. Y'all don't think this happens? You don't know that they look at your application sometimes and that boy go right in the trash. Wow. Right in the garbage. Don't even want them here. These good white folks here. Ain't no sense in darkening it up. Institutional racism reinforces inequalities between groups. It happens in the healthcare system, in wealth. Y'all heard me say earlier about the birth rates, right? What you think goes on in the hospital with racist doctors? Why you think they stopped being racist because they put a white coat on? You care nothing about your baby being born. As a matter of fact, they think they doing their race a favor by helping get rid of you. That's one less crumb snatcher we got to worry about. As a matter of fact, let me tell you how they think. That's one less kid on welfare. I know y'all be thinking I be thinking extreme. I don't think extreme. That's how they think. It wasn't gonna do nothing but be on welfare anyway. A burden on society. I'm doing them a favor. I'm doing us a favor. That's how they think. But y'all be trusting these people. Our people, we so trusting. We love to trust these folks. The doctor said the doctor is the one that's killing you. That ain't what the doctor said. The doctor is the one that's putting it on you. They're putting that thing on you. Take 3 of these and don't call me for 6 months. But I got all these heavy metals in me. Why are you telling me that? Why are you worried about that? Don't worry about them heavy metals. You're gonna be all right. Come back and get you a B12 shot. It's gonna straighten you up. That's the healthcare system. Institutional racism is affected by policy. They use politicians to control the narrative. Y'all don't see it happening right now with Kamala Harris. It's happening right now, right in your face. Me and the brothers was just talking about it earlier. Yay, brown skin. Woo! One of us. It's a black sister. Let's go to Exodus, the 5th chapter. Let's go to Exodus, the 5th chapter. We're going to Exodus 5. I want to start at verse 10. We're going to go 10 through 14. Watch this. You're going to see similarities in spiritual Egypt and physical Egypt.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 5, verse 10. And the taskmasters of the people went out, and their officers, and they spake to the people, saying, Thus saith Pharaoh, I will not give you straw. Go ye, get you straw where you can find it. Yet not aught of your work shall be diminished.
The taskmasters and the officers are saying, listen, Pharaoh said, you got to make your own straw. And your work and your production cannot fail, even though Pharaoh's not supplying you with the straw no more. But your production got to remain the same. Verse 12.
So the people were scattered abroad throughout all the land of Egypt to gather stubble instead of straw.
Come on.
And the taskmasters hasted, saying, fulfill your works, your daily tasks, as when there was straw.
Come on.
And the officers of the children of Israel, which Pharaoh's taskmasters had set over them, were beaten and demanded.
Read that part again. Go back up to 14 to read 14 again. Watch this.
And the officers of the children of Israel.
The officers of the children of Israel are Israelites. The officers that set over the children of Israel are Israelites. Come on.
Which Pharaoh's taskmasters had set over them, were beaten and demanded. Wherefore have you not fulfilled your task in making brick, both yesterday and today, as heretofore?
So the Israelites that are engaged mainly in keeping the tally of bricks and seeing the proper number was reached and satisfying the masters and keeping the slaves appeased were the officers. This was the job of the officers. They had to make sure that the masters were satisfied, and they had to make sure that the people was appeased. This was their job. Is it sounding familiar yet? We got a lot of officers. We got officers like Al Sharpton. He's an officer. Keep the people appeased while they keep going on doing whatever they're doing. We got a real serious officer that's coming up. Kamala Harris. Keep the people appeased.
Keep Butler and the rest of them.
While the masters just keep on doing what they're doing. Exodus 5 and 15.
The book of Exodus chapter 5, verse 15. Then the officers of the children of Israel came and cried unto Pharaoh, saying, wherefore dealest thou thus with thy servants?
Come on.
There is no straw given unto thy servants. And they say to us, make brick. And behold, thy servants are beaten, but the fault is in thine own people.
But the fault is in your own people. That's what they tell the officers. It's an unjust system. It's an unfair inequality. The fault is your own people fault. There's a light on in that car. I don't know what's going on. It's a blinking light. These people are a small body who exercise general superintendence and determine the work, then give the masters an inside look at what policies they are implementing to work within our community. I'm gonna say it again so everybody can understand exactly where I'm going. These officers in physical Egypt, like the officers in spiritual Egypt, give those masters an inside look on what policies to implement to keep us in a certain situation. You don't think with all of the power that some of these politicians have and community leaders that they can turn things around? If they got this kind of power, why are things still the same? I'm gonna say another name that nobody liked for me to say, who's an officer over the people. Our dear brother, Minister Farrakhan. Nobody like me to say that because the brother can talk real good. But how dare you have that kind of power? How dare you have that kind of range over the people? And you live right there in Chicago, and it's one of the worst cities in America. You can't control what goes on right down the street from you. 45, 50, 70, 100, 115, 120 people murdered every weekend. You sit up on top of the hill up there, you gonna tell me there's hundreds of thousands of brothers that's listening to you. You can't galvanize these men to shut this violence down in your city? Huh? Officers don't shut down violence. They perpetuate it to keep us in a certain situation and a predicament. Yeah. Officers don't change things. Politicians don't change things. No. No, they keep things right on the moving like they want the masters to have them. They perpetuate the badness. They give the masters an inside look on what we think. This is the trend. This is what they like to do. Keep them twerking. Keep them feeling good. Yeah. Yeah. Keep them spending. Mm-hmm. This is what they like to spend their money on. Here's the trend. This is what the officers do. They report back to the masters. Let's get Jeremiah, the 23rd chapter. Jeremiah 23. Jeremiah 23. Start at verse 1, verses 1 through 4.
It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 23, verse 1. Woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture, saith Yahweh.
It's not talking about Christian pastors. Now, we use the scriptures oftentimes to talk about the church. It's not just talking about Christendom. However, it is a double wisdom in here. It's not just talking about that. It's talking, the word pastor means shepherd. It's a leader, someone who guides, right? So we're talking about shepherds of the community, one who leads the community, who guides the community. Come on.
Therefore, thus saith Yahweh, Father of Israel, against the pastors that feed my people. Ye have scattered my flock and driven them away, and have not visited them. Behold, I will visit upon you the evil of your doings, saith Yahweh.
Come on.
And I will gather the remnant of my flock out of all countries whither I have driven them, and will bring them again to their folds, and they shall be fruitful and increase. And I will set up shepherds over them, which shall feed them, and they shall fear no more, nor be dismayed. Neither shall they be lacking, saith Yahweh.
Neither shall they be lacking anymore. So right now we are under shepherds that are officers who have cruel intentions towards us. Cruel intentions towards us. Let's go back to Exodus 5 and 17. Exodus 5 and 17. 17 through 21.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 5, verse 17. But he said, Ye are idle. Ye are idle. Therefore ye say, let us go and do sacrifice to Yahweh. Go therefore now and work, for there shall no straw be given. Yet shall you deliver the tale of bricks.
Verse 19.
And the officers of the children of Israel did see that they were in evil case, after it was said, ye shall not diminish aught from your bricks of your daily task.
So
And
it
they
was
met,
one big conspiracy. So the officers realized that it was one big conspiracy. It was an enigma wrapped up in a conspiracy. They understand. They understand that this was a huge conspiracy, right? Like many, like some, I won't say many, some of the brothers and sisters, now they'll see that something is going on and they'll opt out. You won't hear from them brothers and sisters no more. They'll opt out. They'll now, depending on their estate, they might even be killed when they wake up and come to themselves. Oh my goodness, what have I done? Because some brothers and sisters they may have a good heart. They just get caught up into a bad, situation, and then they realize, okay, what am I doing here? And they fighting and fighting. They know that they can't shake the system. They know something is wrong. But they'll get rid of them brothers and sisters. They'll put them to death. Let's go to Psalms right quick. Psalms 83. I just want one verse out of Psalms 83. Because these officers, they realized that there was an evil case. And the system is set up to always perpetuate an evil case against the children of Israel. And folks will get upset that you keep bringing it up, but you got to keep bringing it up. Because you know how we do. You know how we do. We look at it, and as soon as we turn our head, we forget. It's the same thing with this Kamala Harris thing. Did y'all forget that Barack Obama ain't do a damn thing for you? Yay, Barack Obama. Let's get that gay bill. No bill for black folks. No, no, no. Kamala Harris, did y'all see the video? Because me and the brother was just talking about it. I can't just do nothing for black people. $70 billion for them Jews. Jewish, white Jews, people. We can get them together all day. We can get an Asian bill together all day for the Asians. We can hook them right on up. But black folks, how dare you ask for anything? These niggas better be glad we didn't even let them. They better be glad they ain't got chains on. We already emancipated you. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Psalms 83:3.
this is the book of Psalms, chapter 83, verse 3. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden.
And consulted against thy hidden ones. They took a crafty counsel. They look a long way off. When they write these laws, they say, what we gonna do? They go in them back rooms, they say, this is what we gonna do. We gotta put them in a fix. Every time they try to wiggle their way out of there, we're gonna put them right back because we can't leave that $1.1 trillion up for grabs. That's our money. We can't allow them to become one man. Understand what I'm saying? If they get on one accord, we in trouble. That's right. We got to put agents within the Israelite community too. Let's put agents in there. Mix it up a bit. Come up with a couple of false doctrines real fast. Let them start arguing about amongst each other and let pride get in there. Oh yeah, we'll get them together. Because we know them by now. We know that they prideful and arrogant. And they know how to talk real sharp and fix their heads. And all we got to do is I'm serious. Let's throw a little monkey wrench in that game. That's all. Yeah. You know they already envious of one another. That's right. Envious and Israelites, fringes and all, hate one another. That's right. That's right. I'll be wanting to say folks' name. I ain't gonna say nobody's name. Don't say their name. Whew, it almost came out. Don't say it. That these brothers are spiteful and hateful and mean and swear they get in the kingdom. Yes. You actually think you going like that? You done bear false witness and lied and mean and you actually think you get in the kingdom like that? Goodness. I would be terrified. I'll be so repentant. Hey, listen, I'm sorry. Listen, I hurt you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, please. And I pray that prayer. Listen, I don't just say this to people out there. I say it for me. I pray this prayer when I open my eyes. I said, if I did anything to hurt anybody, reveal it to me so I can ask for forgiveness. Forgive me, Father. Because I don't even want to hurt your wee ones. Because he said, if you just hurt a wee one of mine, it'd be better for you if you killed your damn self. You might as well put a stone around your neck and jump in the ocean. That'll be better for you. If you offend one of mine. So that's what I pray. Please don't let me offend. If I offend and I don't know, reveal it to me so I can ask for forgiveness. Show me I offend you, I apologize. That ain't nothing but some words. Forgive me. Forgive me. For me to get into the kingdom and holding on to that. No, sir, I ain't holding on to that. If forgiveness is for you anyway. It ain't for that person. That's for you. You the one struggling with it. They going on about their business. They eat steak dinners. They having fun. They eat steak dinners. They listening to music. They ain't thinking about you. They going on with their life. And you sitting there telling them, they be sick. That's right. They make you sick. You the one that's sick. They going on with their life. Let's get Isaiah 29 and 15. It's hot. Isaiah 29 and 15.
This is the book of Isaiah chapter 29, verse 15.
Well, come on.
Woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from Yahweh.
Mm-hmm.
And their works are in the dark. And they say, who seeth us and who knoweth us?
That's your local representative right there. That's your state representatives. That's them right there. The ones that come and talk to you. That's them right there. For years upon years upon years, community services and outreach programs like I'm gonna say the organization. I got to. The Urban League, garbage. Straight garbage. The NAACP. Garbage. And more recently, Black Lives Matter. For anybody but Black lives. They are all paid agents, keeping those with goodwill and good intentions down with bureaucracy, government red tape. These officers, if you will, have been no good for our people because all skin folk ain't kinfolk. Kamala Harris, everybody running around. One thing, I don't agree with Trump none of the time, but this one time I did. He said, I thought she was Indian. All of a sudden, she became a black person. I agree, Trump. I thought she was Indian too. Now all of a sudden, she a sister. Putting hot sauce. Did you see her putting Tabasco sauce on greens? Did y'all see that? That's what she think about us. Yeah, that's what she think about us. She putting Louisiana Tabasco on some collard greens, on some Georgia collard greens. That's what she think. And our people, we fall for it. She got hot sauce in the bag, girl. We fall for it. And don't ask for nothing. We don't say as a group, and I'm saying we don't vote anyway. We don't vote for folk, right? But as a group, we don't say, well, what you gonna do for us? We don't say that. We don't say, in order, if you want us to support you, what you gonna do for us as a block group, as a block voting group? We don't say that. We just be happy because somebody brown skin is getting somewhere. Oh, this will be the first black woman president. No, it won't. It'll be the first Indian woman president with brown skin. Brown skin. Egyptians had brown skin too. Y'all know that, right? They still was our captors. That's right. We had plenty of brown skinned captors. The old Persians is brown skinned. The Babylonians is brown skinned. We had plenty of black skinned enemies. Now we're gonna have one in the White House. Possibly. With the Edomite husband. She hate black men. With a passion. She passionately hate black men. Let's get Acts 7 and 19. Acts 7 and 19.
This is the book of Acts, chapter 7, verse 19. The same dealt subtilely with our kindred, and evil entreated our fathers, so that they cast out their young children to the end they might not live.
To the end they might not live. The Egyptians dealt subtly with us. Subtly means to do it, to do something that is not stated. It's an understatement. It's underhandedly done. You're gonna be slick about it. It's good. You doing stuff that you don't look like you doing. You're gonna be slick about the way you doing it. So in other words, you're gonna put like Reagan did. You're gonna call a war on drugs while bringing bringing drugs in the country. But we're gonna have a war on drugs, all while we selling the CIA. Come on, bring it on in. Let that truck in. While telling the public there's a war on drugs. And at the same time, if you get caught with a little piece of crack rack right there, you're gonna do eternity. And how shy be back before you get out of jail. That's right. Job 13 and 4.
Say that again.
Job 13 and 4. Because they do things underhandedly, but the Bible calls them something. Job 13 and 4.
This is the book of Job, chapter 13, verse 4. But ye are forgers of lies. Ye are all physicians of no value.
They are forgers of lies. They push that out on you and I and our community. Now, when I say our community, I mean I'm talking about us as a large within the larger community, but I'm focusing on the Israelite community because we bring some of that stuff in here with us. We bring some of that stuff in here with us, and we have to deal with it. We got to start from a clean slate. We got to let all of that pain, that heart, that mistrust. We got to let all of that stuff go and start from a clean slate. Now, I'll tell you what love does, and oftentimes, and it's not off my topic, but it got to be addressed. Oftentimes, what love does, and we tell people when they come into this truth that you got to learn to love one another. And what love does is it makes you vulnerable. That's what real love does. It makes you vulnerable enough to be hurt. It leaves you open for somebody to hurt you. And that's what true love does. Well, not everybody wants that because you ready, hey, I jump on somebody. You know, you ready to go there. You know what I'm saying? So you throw them walls up and you say, no, I ain't gonna let them get at me that way. I'm gonna throw them walls up. I'm gonna just peek behind, shalom, and go back behind the wall. Go back behind the wall, shalom, wall up. But what true love does, and what true love does, it lowers the wall. It lowers the wall, and it allows you to become vulnerable to your sister, allows you to become vulnerable to your brother. And now this Ak is able to hurt me because I love him with a pure heart. He's able to hurt me now because I'm trusting him. I'm trusting him not to hurt me. I'm trusting him not to betray me. And just in case it does happen, that could be painful. I trusted you, but you hurt me. We gotta allow ourselves to be open like that. That's when true love come in. True love come in and allow us to be open like that. Be read, be willing to be read like an open book. Be read. And then if stuff happens, you pray, you heal from it, and you push past it. Y'all don't think Bishop been hurt before? There's been plenty of people I done opened myself up to and did some major damage. They still trying to get the knife out. Plunged into my back. That's probably why I walk funny. Plunged into my back. Betrayer. There ain't nothing new under the sun. Let's go back to Exodus, Deacon. Eliah, let's go back to Exodus. Let's go to the first chapter and the 15th verse.
This is the book of
We're
Exodus.
going to read 15 to 22. Dude. All right.
Chapter 1, verse 15. And the king of Egypt spake to the Hebrew midwives, of which the name of one was Shiphrah, and the name of the other, Puah. And he says, when ye do the office of a midwife to the Hebrew women, and see them upon the stoops, if it be a son, then ye should kill him. But if it be a daughter, then she shall live.
Mm-hmm.
But the midwives feared Yah, and did not as the king of Egypt commanded them, but saved the men, children of alive.
Come on.
And the king of Egypt called for the midwives, and said unto them, why have ye done this thing, and have saved the men, children alive? And the midwives said unto Pharaoh, because the Hebrew women are not as the Egyptian women, for they are lively, and are delivered here. The midwives coming to them.
They're lively mean they're vigorous. Oftentimes when the midwives came in there, they didn't already had their baby. Baby's already latching on. They're already trying to feed. They're like, you already had the baby? Goodness. They say that the Hebrew women ain't like the Egyptian woman. They lively. Did y'all heard the statistics I read in the beginning, right? The Hebrew women be put out them children. They don't need no help. They grab hold to the birthing stool and it be over. They in there moaning, they having the baby. By the time they come in there, the baby is out. Baby is out and they latching on. Oh, I thought we just got the water. It's over. They delivered air, meaning they delivered by themselves. Verse 20.
Therefore, Yah dealt well with the midwives, and the people multiplied and waxed very mighty.
Come on.
And it came to pass, because the midwives feared Yah, that he made them houses.
So these midwives were part of the officers that was over the children of Israel. These midwives were. They were the go-betweens between the masters and the slaves. You understand? Okay, come on.
And Pharaoh charged all his people, saying, every son that is born, ye shall cast into the river, and every daughter ye shall save alive.
So this is implemented in Egypt. It's also implemented in spiritual Egypt today. What is this called? What is it called? Planned Parenthood. This is called Planned Parenthood today. That's what's happening right now today. This is the new eugenics program. It's called selective breeding. It was done in Egypt. It's done now. Can we pull up the quote? Let's pull up the quote. And it's probably about 4 of them, but I want the Margaret Singer quotes. Yeah. She got some doozies now. This is Margaret Singer is the founder of Planned Parenthood. This was a letter with some of her more famous posts. I don't know if you all can see that. Okay. I can't see it.
Recording in progress.
Okay. Margaret Singer's quotes. Number one, we should hire 3 or 4 colored ministers, preferably with social service backgrounds and with engaging personalities. The most successful educational approach to the Negro is through religious appeal. We don't want the word to go out that we want to exterminate the Negro population. And the minister is the man who can straighten out the idea if it ever occurs to any of their more rebellious members. So she said if any of the smart ones, more intelligent ones, figure out that this is what they want, the black church, the minister, he'll be able to smooth things out. Because we don't want it to get out that we really want them all dead. Quote 2. Eugenic sterilization is an urgent need. We must prevent multiplication of this bad stock. Yeah, this is in the 1930s, brothers and sisters. That's right. Quote 3. The most merciful thing that a family does to one of its infant members is to kill it. Y'all don't think this woman was a devil? And who do y'all think the masters is? Who do y'all think that the officers is that we're talking about in these quotes? Isn't the officers the minister? That's the go-between. He the one gonna smooth things out. Have you ever wondered why you can have black preachers in the Democratic Party go hand in hand with abortion and homosexuality? Thought y'all was supposed to be against this. No. What do they call it? We have evolved. Yeah. TD. We've evolved. We on a whole nother level no more right now. That's what they say. Those are your officers. They go between the taskmasters and the slaves. That's right. They smooth things out so you won't get wind of what they doing. How many children have been killed in the last 10 years? There was an estimated number. It was millions. Yeah, there was millions. I'm talking about like it was a world war. It was millions of babies that had been aborted. Yeah. They got to do something to keep the population under control. Kill the babies, kill the men, kill the little boys, kill the soldiers. You ain't worried about the women. We take the women to have children with them, have the whole lot of little Edomite babies with the black women, and then we get an extra added benefit because now the sun won't kill us because we got a little bit of melanin. Yeah, y'all don't know that's what's going on. What was the lady's name that was doing all those experiments? Her name was Jane something, wasn't it? She was a professor. She was a white woman with the glasses. She said in 20 years, was her name Jane something? Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we talking.
Yeah. Yeah, this was a white woman. She said the sun was killing them. Did she not say that? She said we're gonna have to. She said we're gonna have to. You're gonna see a lot of she said you're gonna see a lot of intermixing in marriages. We're gonna have to. Because they're dying out. She said black folk won't be in high demand. Didn't she say that? And we are. They paying folk, they paying black men in Europe and in Japan to come over there and have babies. In Europe too, it ain't just in Japan. This is not rumor. This is not a rumor. It's not a conspiracy. That's right. If some of you brothers right now pockets is light, y'all like, what? How much they paying? How much they paying? Yeah. Yeah. Now, I don't know if you got to marry him or not. I don't think you just going over there dropping babies. A war baby? Yeah.
Now, during New Year's Day in Germany, they have military men stay on base. They cannot leave base, so they're kidnapped.
And they had them women. Yeah.
Women. And their husbands get them. Their husband will pay them, kidnap them. And so they can have sex with their wives.
Wow.
And this is actually true thing.
In Germany.
This day right here.
Wow. Wow. Now I heard about the war babies, for years later they show up, I'm your baby, you know what I'm saying? The veterans, came from war. We had all kind of children over there, All right. All right, you take that off the screen. Take that off the screen. Enough of that devil right there. Let's go to Nehemiah, the 4th chapter. Hold on, I might not want Nehemiah. Hold on. Oh, you know what? I'll just go ahead and speak to it. I'll go ahead and speak to it. Let's get Nehemiah right quick.
Which book?
Nehemiah, the 4th chapter. And let's see what verse I want. Just start at verse 1. Start at verse 1. We'll go through it. We'll go through
And this is the book of Nehemiah, chapter 4, verse 1. But it came to pass that when Sanballat heard that we builded the wall, he was wroth and took great indignation and mocked
Can't
the
hear.
Jews.
We can't hear you. Can you speak up a little bit?
Can you hear me now? Can I be heard?
Yeah, you was a little low. Can you speak up a little bit?
Verse 1.
Come on.
But it came to pass that when Sanballat heard that we builded the wall, he was wroth and took great indignation and mocked the Jews.
Took great initiative to mock the Jews, meaning the heathen was gonna hinder the Israelites from rebuilding their wall, because this is the time we're coming out of the Persian captivity, and we starting to rebuild, right? And these heathens, they don't want us to rebuild, right? Just much like today, the Israelites are trying to get together. You got several Israelite teachers saying, "Hey, listen, let's come and let's build something together." But it's a bunch of heathens and some Israelites, I must say, they're saying, "No, we don't want to build." Read on.
And he spake before his brother and the army of Smart and said, what do these people Jews? Will they fortify themselves? Will they sacrifice? Will they make an end in a day? Will they revive the stones out of the heaps of the rubbish which are burnt?
Come on.
Now Tobiah, the Ammonite, was by him, and he said, even that which they build, if a fox goes up, he shall even break down their stone wall.
Come on.
Hear, O our might, for we are despised, and turn their reproach upon their own head, and give them for a prey in the land of captivity.
Give the heathen for a prey in the land of captivity. Come on.
Cover not their iniquity, and let not their sin be blotted out from before them. For they have provoked thee to anger before the builders.
Come on.
So we build, we the wall, and all the wall was joined together to the half thereof. For the people had a mind to work.
That's important. That's important. The people have to have a mind to work. If the people don't have a mind to work, nothing's going to get done. No matter what the heathen is doing. The people have to have a mind to work. They got to be of one mind and say, we're going to do this. This is what we're doing. This is how it got to be done. Now let's get to work and do it. Come on.
But it came to pass that when Sanballat and Tobiah and the Arabians and the Ammonites and the Ashdodites heard that the walls of Jerusalem were made up, and that the breaches began to be stopped, then they were very wroth.
That's similar to what's happening now. You see the children of Israel coming together, then they become very wroth. We got to do something about this. We can't let them link up together. We got to throw a monkey wrench in that game. Come on.
And conspire all of them together to come and to fight against Jerusalem and to hinder it.
And to hinder what? Hinder the work. Hinder the work. Come on.
Nevertheless, we made our prayer unto our Father and set a watch against them day and night because of them. And Judah said, the strength of the bearers of burdens is decayed, and there is much rubbish, so that we are not able to build the wall.
Come on.
And our adversary said, they shall not know, neither see, till we come in the midst amongst them, and slay them, and cause the work to cease.
Uh-huh.
And it came to pass that when the Jews which dwelt by them came, they said unto us 10 times, from all places whence ye shall return unto us, they will be upon you.
Come on.
Therefore said I, in the lower places behind the wall, and on the higher places, I even set the people after their families, with their swords, their spears, and their bows.
So when it says that the people had a mind to work, when it says the people had a mind to work, they was going to get it done no matter what. The prophet set the people according to their swords, their spears, and their bows. And if we have to fight to get it done, the children of Israel said, we're going to fight to get this work done. That's called bulldog tenacity. People don't have that. If you want this truth, you got to fight to be in this truth. I'm serious. And if y'all notice, the last 3 times we came together, I've mentioned it on 3 different occasions. You got to want it. You got to fight for it. You got to love it. You got to get in here. You got to get in here, because this time around, before, the Most High was just giving it to us. We rejected him. This time around, you gotta beg him for it. Father, I'm here, give it to me. That's right. You gotta fight to come to class. You gotta fight to read your Bible. You gotta fight to pray. I'm serious. Fight, you gotta desire it, hunger for it. That's right. I ain't never seen people that I want to read the scripture. Whoo, I'd be tired. I'd be glad when he get done reading this scripture. I'm serious. What you mean? I thought this the book right here. You don't want, this is what the Father is saying right here. You don't want to hear that? Whoo, I can't wait till he done. Oh, Bishop Show is long-winded today. Goodness. Wonder what them tacos is doing. We're almost done. Come on, let's go. Read on.
Salak. Which verse I'll leave off?
Verse 14.
Verse 14. I looked and rose up, said unto the nobles, and to the rulers, and to the rest of the people, be not ye afraid of them. Remember the master which is great and terrible, and fight for your brethren, your sons and your daughters, your wives and your houses.
Come on.
And it came to pass, when our enemies heard that it was known unto us, and Yah had brought their counsel to naught, that we returned all of us to the wall, every one until his work.
Come on.
It came to pass from that time forth that the half of my servants wrought in the work.
This working together. Half of the servants went to work. They was putting in the bricks and the mortar and building up the wall. Come on.
And the other half of them held both the spears.
And the other half held the spears. The other half held the spears. This is how you work together. They working behind you. You got the spears. Because the enemy, you don't want the enemy to sneak up on your brother. So I'm going to guard you out while you putting them bricks in. We working together. And when you get tired of them bricks, we going to switch off. Then you hold the spear, and I that's working together. That's what we have to do as the children of Israel. We have to do that. No matter what the politicians is doing, no matter what the officers is doing, no matter what the taskmasters is doing, we got to work together to get what we need. You don't want to work together. Some of y'all are selfish as hell. I digress. Verse 16.
And it came to pass from that time forth that the half of my servants wrought in the work. The other half of them held both the spears, the shields, and the bows, and the habergeons. And the rulers were behind all the house of Judah.
They were all behind the house of Judah. We all in this thing together. Verse 17.
They which builded on the wall and they that bear burdens with those that ladded, every one, every one with one of his hands wrought in the work, and with the other hand held a weapon.
In the other hand, held the weapon. Everybody's hand was busy. Somebody was working, the other one held the weapon. The pea shooter. The thumper. That thing. that blip. Come out of that. Let's get we almost done. Let's get Wisdom of Solomon 10 and 9, and then I want you to drop down to 15.
This is the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 10, verse 9. But wisdom delivered from pain those that attended upon it. See, go to verse 15.
Verse 15. We're talking about wisdom. I just wanted you to go to 9 so we can know what was being said in 15. Drop down.
She delivered the righteous people and blameless seeds from the nation that oppressed them.
Read it again.
She delivered the righteous people and blameless seed from the nation that oppressed them.
We need wisdom. We need wisdom. We need wisdom to be delivered from the nation that oppress us. They're never going to stop oppression. Someone asked me with the Sandra Massey incident, with the policeman shooting her, they asked me, Bishop, when you think we're going to, say it again, did I say it wrong? Sonia Massey, when you think that this situations like this are going to end? I said, never. Never. You know that this is not the first incident. It will not be the last incident. It's going to be a continuation of it happening because the children of Israel have to wake up. You think these people love you. You really do. Now, you don't have to be nasty towards them. I don't walk around all day just mad at white folks and nasty. You ain't gonna, you know, I don't do that.
Hey, Bishop.
Yeah.
Esau loves you.
Esau love me.
Love you.
But I do tell you this. We have to position ourselves to help ourselves. What is it gonna take? What is it gonna take? We need birthing houses for our women. We don't need them. The first thing our babies touch and feel is them. No. They need to come through here in scripture and prayer and being touched by Israelite women who love them and who wants to see them succeed. That's what the baby need to come through hearing. They need to come through here in prayer and supplication and thanking the Most High for their life. I'm serious. That's what you need. When we gonna get to that point? When we gonna get to that point? We talk a good game. When we gonna get there? You know? When we gonna get together and plant some trees? Huh? When we gonna get there? So these boys, when they get older, they can just go pluck what you done planted and eat something fresh. What the congregation then planted for them. When we gonna get there? Huh? When we gonna put our hands to the work? And we ain't thinking about what the taskmasters is doing, what the officers is doing. We don't care. We over here. We doing our thing. Y'all do y'all thing, which pretty soon gonna be destroyed and destruction. But we doing our thing, which is peace and happiness and joy over here in the spirit of the Most High. Over here. You got to get your heart right, Israel, and stop not wanting to be around each other. Be mean and nasty towards one another. Don't be around them niggas. Only on Shabbat. Yeah. Yeah. But you'll be around the world. I know when I was in the world, I hung out. I hung strong too. I played cards and you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I played cards, I ate and drank, and it was happy as I just wanted to be in my sinful life. Now I'm over here in the truth. I can't stand to be around nobody in the truth. That don't make much sense, do it? No. I love y'all. I want to see y'all face. I want to laugh and smile and talk to people that believe like I believe. Yeah. That's what I want. I want to raise the cup with my brothers. That's right.
Praise.
That's what we need. That's what we need. Let's put our hands to the plow and forget these officers. The hell with them. The hell with Kamala. Y'all hear me? Y'all sisters? Y'all be thinking, oh, we're going to have a sister in the White House. You better hope we don't. You already know you can't make a decision in the kitchen. You standing in the kitchen and can't make a decision. Should I press this button or should I?
Right.
You halfway can't make a decision and just standing in your kitchen. I'm gonna get off y'all sisters, okay? Yeah, I know I'm telling the truth though. What we need, brothers and sisters, we need master gardeners, scientists, doctors, holistic medicine people, sutures, master builders, educators. We need law representatives that understand federal and state law. We need this. Yeah. It's more than just memorizing 2 or 3 scriptures. Y'all want a nation build or what? In a nation, you need butchers and gunsmiths and gun instructors. You need this stuff. Yeah. You need this stuff. You know? You know. So some of you brothers got to get off that lazy stuff. You know, you need to learn about animals. And you know, the brother told me one time he didn't know that hamburger was beef. I couldn't believe it. He was a grown man that said that. I said, what? He said, I didn't know what kind of meat it was. I said, you eat hamburger? Yes. I said, you didn't know it was beef? He said, no, I didn't know where it came from. Well, I'm going to leave it right there on that note right there. I pray to the Most High that you can glean from the lesson and that we learn to come together on one accord. Are we out of that? It looked like cameras dying or something. All right, family. We'll let you go. For those of you that's on social media, we're glad that you joined us. We pray the Most High that you join us again. That being said, God bless you, heaven smile upon you, give you peace. Those of you that are on our Zoom class, we're coming up for our Q&A right after this. So until next time, shalom.